Hello everybody, it's Mimberly. Welcome back to the channels. Now, this is, I'm going to get the disclaimer now, this is not a reaction video. This is my analysis video. If you guys want to see how I reacted to the trailer, yet again, 3 a.m. in the morning, because Infold hates European girlies. I'm joking. Go check out the reaction. You'll find it on the channel. But I mentioned in that video that I was thinking about doing like an analysis, and a lot of you genuinely wanted me to do this. Now, I've got to give a few disclaimers before we get into it. First off, this is just my opinion. I am entitled to have an opinion, and if you don't like my opinion or get offended by it, then I apologize, but this may not be the video for you. And I just want to reiterate, I am a Silas girly, so of course I'm going to be Silas biased, but I am going to be looking at each character individually. Now, when I first did my reaction, I said I was getting very, like, where winds meet kind of vibes. I did not realize there was actually a genre for this, so I looked this up before I started recording today. I've actually got it up on my second tab here, which is, I think it's Rexia. Apologies if I pronounced that correctly. But it's a popular Chinese genre of literature, film, and games, which is focused on skilled, wandering martial artists who follow a chivalrous code in ancient China, which features superhuman, gravity-defying martial arts. Gravity-defying, Caleb, that's going to be 100%. Often utilizing internal energy known as chi, and is distinct from high fantasy Zanzia. Now, I did not know that was a thing, so I do apologize, and thank you guys for educating me in the comments, but okay, right, I'm going to be doing a full breakdown, so this is going to be a lot of pausing, and again, I want to reiterate, this is just my opinion, so if this is your vibe, and you just want to hear what I'm thinking about it, and plus get some thoughts maybe on what I'm expecting, stick around, because, this is going to be a long video. Okay, right, without further ado, let's get straight into this. So first off, let's talk about the character design. So for a second, I'm going to hide my webcam so you can see all of the boys. First off, I just want to say the design on all of the characters is that they've pulled it off really, really well. Like, we knew that the men were going to slay with the long hair here, and they have not disappointed. Now, I think the one that's taken me the most by surprise is Caleb, but that's obviously, I think that's partially because we haven't had his long-haired myth yet. So, seeing him with long hair in this has definitely made me more excited for the Caleb myth, which I'm going to predict is going to be next. Don't ask me why, I just feel like Infold is here to fuck the Caleb girlies over. If this is the case, I pray for every Caleb girly out there. But let's just watch the first bit, and then we'll go back and break that down, and we'll just kind of start from there. So first thing I want to talk about is the text. So, heaven and earth compose a graceful prelude in ink. Mountains and rivers echo to invite you on a journey. So again, very, very Chinese theme. I'm not going to complain about this because I actually really like, you know, the whole vibe of China. I've never been there. I'd love to be there one day, or, you know, even Japan or anywhere like that. But from what I've seen from Chinese culture, it's very, very different than what it is in the UK. I feel like I would very easily offend somebody if I went over there. So, then you've got this scene, like, good lord, can we get much better scenery than this in Infold? Because, look, this is gorgeous, okay? You got, like, the sakura tree, you've got the mountains in the background with, like, the fog / mist. Very, very, you know, how do I explain this? If I were to put this from my childhood perspective, this reminds me of the Mr. Pandaria expansion, because I grew up playing a lot of World of Warcraft back in my day. Because I hated myself, but it was the only way I could really spend time with my family that all of us would agree to play. And I was in a guild, quite young actually, to be fair. But this is giving me very Mr. Pandaria vibes, and that was actually one of my favourite expansions. So, very good start here. And again, very, very, this is kind of giving me a Jara sort of vibes again. Obviously, I'm just talking from my own personal perspective here. I do love me a good little forest scene, and like the different colours on the leaves. Very, very like New Year sort of vibes. Definitely cannot complain about this. And then we got like what seems to be some sort of shrine, maybe a temple. You know, again, you guys, I'm going to be relying on you guys to educate me in this, because a lot of Chinese culture I don't know. So, you know, I'm just going off of what I can see here. And lanterns. Now, this sends me back to Lantern Rite in Genshin Impact, right? Because that was kind of the first time I've really had exposure to the whole lantern thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I did watch, like, Tangled back when I was a kid. And, you know, when Eugene and Rapunzel lift the lanterns into the air. I didn't really understand it back then, but now seeing this, it's, it definitely hits different. It also kind of reminds me of Milan a little bit. Don't ask me why. My childhood was weird, but this is a very beautiful scenery. That one I'm not too sure on, but Sakura.
Are you still
Right. Okay.
upset?
Perfect. Throwing an apple at him. First off, we should be throwing at Caleb, not Xavier. But can we talk about Xavier's design? I'm going to be upfront. I prefer this hair over the King Xavier myth. When it comes to the long hair, I think this suits him a lot better. It looks a lot more tidy. Obviously, I get it. He was more like rugged and more of a king, so he needed room for his crown. But if you were to present me with King Xavier and this Xavier, I'd take this Xavier in a heartbeat. This, like, costume for him suits so well, and the amount of detail on the sword here is actually insane. Like, this is just a little preview, and you can see, like, all the carvings and the intricate designs here, like, on the hilt as well. So, and I also like that you got this little red, actually, I'm gonna quickly just reactivate my cursor so you can see where I'm pointing. I really like this little red streak of hair we've got going on here. And just from, again, I'm just gonna pause this a second. So, soft winds blow petals. We meet him in springtime light. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just like, look at him. I literally can't. Like, I'm looking at the detail on the hands. He looks really, like, tranquil and peaceful. He's also got what looks like to be pearls in his hair here. And he just seems to be really at peace. So I really hope that this is just like a soft, fluffy card. I would expect that it to be more along those lines. I don't see spice here. So this isn't a, what was the multi-banner card? Was it called Wandering in Wonder or something like that? It's not a Wandering in Wonder card because it doesn't seem to have any sort of spice here. But this seems to be a lot more soft and gentle, which I'm never going to complain about. I do like me a bit of fluff in my time. I'm just gonna reactivate the sound a second.
You want to rank first in the tournament?
Okay, this is exactly where I wanted to cut. Look at MC. MC's outfit looks so goddamn good, and I like that it's kind of matching Xavier's, but it's not at the same time. Because that's one thing I will say with Infold, and this is just my own personal opinion. Please let me know if you disagree or have ever thoughts in the comments. But Infold do not disappoint with the outfits. Like, for example, if we're going to talk about outfits, there's one outfit in particular that I do want to bring up. And that is Silas's Archfiend outfit. Now, we were all calling it a Vampire Silas myth, which obviously technically that's not correct, but because of the whole blood thing, we can understand why people, including myself, made that incorrect adjustment. But if I was to think of a vampire, I could not really picture how Silas was gonna look. And the outfit that they produced for Silas for that particular myth absolutely exceeded my expectations. I don't think I saw a single complaint about it online. Now, granted, I am not involved in too many toxic communities. I do try to distance myself from that because I like to be a little wholesome community. We try to look at the positives here on the Mimberly channel, but when it comes to, I do occasionally get Twitter kind of saying, oh, I'm going to recommend this person because this post is getting a lot of attraction at the moment, and it's 9 times out of 10 it's someone complaining about lads. So the fact that I didn't get many negatives for that was actually pretty goddamn nice. But looking at the outfits here, honestly stunning, because like you got the pearls going down here again on MC and in her hair. So I think this is going to be similar to the beach banner, where you've got multiple outfits for different love interests, but you can kind of merge them in the photo booth, and it still kind of works. But yeah.
Since you're eager.
And also Xavier slaying. Okay, right, let me just quickly pause here a second. Where is that frame? Here we go. So, first off, I need to know what shampoo and conditioner all the boys are using, because I wish my hair looked that great. Look at this. I only washed this 12 hours ago, and it already looks flat and deflated again, which is, not a fun thing. Like, I genuinely think my hair is one of the best things on me, and yet it's one of the worst things when it comes to maintaining it. But another thing I noticed here is that we got like a little butterfly, and the embroidery seems to be very butterfly and leaves here. Maybe little flowers. Now, whether it's going to be the same flowers that Xavier commonly references, which I believe are forget-me-nots, even though the translation tends to say something different, because I think it's one of those things where trying to translate from Chinese to English is probably not an easy job, as we have seen on previous banners. But this is the other thing I've noticed. My heartstrings stir in silence, yet I dare not speak outright. So this could suggest that maybe in this, I don't know whether this is an AU. I think this is an AU, kind of similar to like Tomorrow's Catch-22, you know, that sort of thing. But looking at this here, this makes me think that MC wants to say something to Xavier by heartstrings. Maybe she wants to confess to him or something, and she's afraid of maybe like the stereotypical ruining the relationship or the friendship sort of thing, which is why she's not saying anything. But the other thing I do like as well here is the braid here in Xavier's hair. It's very subtle. It's very adorable. I can imagine MC being there braiding it for him. Very, very cute.
I'll teach you.
And then this scene here. This part here is one of the bits that made me consider putting Xavier on the roster. Look how happy he is. We do need some fluff. I feel like Infold is preparing us for heartbreak by giving us a fluffy card, and then they're gonna smack us in the feels with the Caleb card. Because if that's any, if we know me by now, I tend to cry at every single goddamn myth. Dare I say it? I don't believe I've cried with Xavier yet. Highlight the word yet. I could be wrong, so please correct me in the comments if I am wrong. But looking at how cute and happy he looks here, it's very heartwarming to see. So Xavier is genuinely a high consideration. And like another thing here is he is very elegant with his movements. Now, with Xavier kind of being a hunter in the main story and kind of being MC's partner when it comes to work, the grace and the elegance does make sense. I am curious if this is like a situation where they're in the real world and they've gone into like maybe an event and they've dressed up this way, or if they go down the route that they did with other cards, like for example Catch-22, and it's a completely different AU. I'm going to say I think it's going to be another AU, and I would like to hope it is, because I do love when Infold kind of go into the AUs, because that's the thing, like when I was first like thinking about loving Deepspace and bringing it to the channel back in like September 24, right, because oh god, that was a long time ago now. I was kind of thinking, well, it's the same character, so how are you going to be able to keep the incentive up to keep the players making the revenue? Like, I couldn't understand it. Now I do, and I do want to make a video about my personal thoughts about that, so let me know again if that's something you want to see, because I'd have to script that thing, I think, and I'm not the best at scripting, I tend to deviate. But one thing I do notice with regards to at least Xavier's portion, you know, he's acting very chill, very nonchalant. And the fact, like, he blocked the apple with the hilt of his sword, which means he's very alert, even though he is relaxed. And I do like the little tassel. I think, to be honest, they kind of missed an opportunity on putting, like, maybe a little star there to kind of reference to the myth. But I feel like they're kind of trying to just have this as their own individual thing. So yeah, I'm honestly so impressed with Xavier's portion here. We'll come back to him later on, but I do think they've done a very, very good job with Xavier. Now, leading on to Caleb. Like, let's just watch this bit again for a minute.
Remember to hide your tail next time. You took how much? Not afraid of poison.
Okay. Now, hear me out. I've not watched this anime, but as soon as I saw this was giving me Apothecary Diary vibes with the outfits here. So, like, how do I explain this? So, let's just read the text. The more I treasure you, the more I fear to break a fate so dear. You can't tell me that's not Caleb in the main story. Like, the fact that, we'll talk about this later on when he says it, but I think Caleb is kind of holding on to MC as much as he physically can, because to him, MC is basically the only source of familiarity and comfort. And when it comes to Caleb, I think the reason he's one of the most controversial characters is because he's one of the ones who has the least amount to lose, right? I'm just going to pull my top up because it looks like I'm shirtless at the moment. So what I'm essentially trying to explain, again, this is my own personal opinion. I love Caleb as a character, and when we were on the throne of Eurospanner and the whole baby sister thing came up. Now, I wanted to make a video about this, but I chose not to because I didn't want to, you know, encourage the negativity or anything. But when they were saying about the baby sister thing, I'm still on the side that I think that was just a major mistranslation, because the whole sibling thing can be seen in multiple different ways depending on where you're from and culture. So in the UK, for instance, I'm just going to use this as an example. I think I said this example when I played the card, but for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll re-explain. So if you call someone like, you know, a brother or a sister, that doesn't necessarily mean you're blood related. It could mean that you're basically so close to that person that you consider them to be family. So, for example, you guys may have seen some videos that I've done with Cheesenator back in the day. Cheese and I have known each other since we were, like, teenagers. I think I was young teenager and he was still classed as, like, a younger kid. Or, like, an older kid leading into teenager. So I want to say he might have been... I think, how old was he? I think I was about 15 or 14 when I met him, which meant he would have been 10 or something. I'm trying to calculate the age difference now in my head, and my brain isn't braining. But me and Cheese have known each other for a very, very fucking long time. And if anyone says, oh, who's Cheese? I say he's my brother, because to me, he is my brother. So, obviously, that doesn't mean, you know, that we're blood related. I actually don't have any siblings, or if I do, I've never met them, nor do I know about them. But I get a little bit of Mimby lore for you, you sort of thing. But me and Cheese are like really close friends to the point that we're basically call each other brother and sister. And I do think that's kind of something similar here. But instead of it be staying in the friend zone, they're going into the romantic side. And I think this is where I really hope that this gets cleared up in the future, because every time Caleb comes out, in the back of my head, I'm kind of always worrying about it. Like, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, oh God, is there going to be another controversy? Is there going to be another boycott? And I hate that we're at that point with this game, because I just want to have fun. I just want to simp over my boys and chill. But going back to the topic at hand, Caleb looks amazing with long hair, and if this is any sort of, like, you know, indication of how he's going to look in the upcoming myth, I'm cooked. Because I do suspect that Infod are going to drop Caleb's next myth, like, after this banner. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with Paul, so I'm still figuring that out. But if I had to currently predict where I think he's going, with him having such a big theme about apples, I want to say we could be looking at an Adam and Eve situation. Kind of similar to what they did in Has-Been Hotel, right? Yes, I have finished that. Yes, I am working on getting the reaction out. Bear with me. But I'm looking at this right now, like just this kind of scene. And this is very welcoming. This is very homely. I am loving the design on him when it comes to the outfit with the embroidery, and then we got little things here. Or like little decals, I guess you could call them. But the thing is, I'm looking at this, right? So this golden bit in the corner is because, like, I'm at the point now where I have noticed Infold like to put subtle references on their outfits, and I am looking at this thinking, is this a reference to the myth? Because for those of you who don't know, if you go back on previous videos for the love interests and you really pay close attention, you'll see that there are like little subtle references which ended up basically being hints towards the next myth. Now, how some of you pick this out, I don't actually know, because you guys are insane, because I do not have that level of attention to detail, nor do I have the common sense to put two and two together. But let's just carry on to the next bit. Oh, wait, that was a very, very quick section. I forgot about that. So, like, you see this. Oh, God, I'm trying to go onto the right frame. Yeah, but honestly, Caleb, again, looks amazing. We'll come back to Caleb a bit more later, but let's move on to the prick himself who likes to come home before Silas for me.
Remember to use the main entrance, lest you want to be caught as a thief.
They knew what they were doing with Zane. There's nothing else really I can say. This is kind of reminding me to a degree about the general outfit from the Firm of Euros with the colour theme. He is slaying. And I like how they've managed to keep like the basic jits of the hair, like with the front part and the parting. But then they've managed to integrate it into long hair because Infolder geniuses. And I'm going to be honest, after Zane's myth, I am so glad that we're getting long hair that does not have the glitter. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a girly. I like my glitter. But it is lush to see this. And, like, the long ponytail. Oh. Chef's kiss. Like, looking at the designs on the kimono. I think this is a kimono. Please correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of references here to, like, it looks like to be some sort of branches. And obviously you got the little dangly decals here. And I think he's also got a paper kite. But I've also noticed he's got something up here, so I can't really see here. But the text reads, "So we just talk about daily things whilst truest thoughts stay here." So are you seeing a pattern here? On each text we've seen so far, when the love interests appear, it's like we're acting normal, but I want more. Or I want to say more, which is basically indication where, to me, I feel like, depending on the length of the cards, this could be a slow burn situation. And don't get me wrong, I do love me a bit of slow burn. But God, if these cards are going to take me another 1 hour and a half to record, that's going to take a lot out of me, because I love doing my recordings, don't get me wrong. But Jesus Christ, my phone can barely handle it. And the detail on the paper kite as well is insane. I'm pretty sure those are either Sakura or they could be potentially Jasmine's, because Infolder pricks, I like to hit us in the feels. But again, I love the design on him. I don't really have any faults with this outfit, or at least him right now. Obviously, we'll get onto that later, depending on if he comes home first or not, because he may be going on the roster. But honestly, I think he's absolutely nailing this, and I just want to say they've done so well with this.
Didn't use.
Yeah, so it's a kite, but the thing that's interesting me about this is this reminds me of the I think we had something with like paper cutting in a previous year. So, because I know we just had a paper cutting event, but then I remember seeing a video about paper cutting when I was doing my reaction series. Could be wrong. I'm gonna have to go back on memory lane for that. But oh my goodness! Also, in not loving Deepspace, literally just emailing me to say that there's a trailer out. Yeah, guys, you're a tad bit late. just a tad. Also, have you noticed that the flowers on the trees are different? I'm not getting a really good look on the MC on the others, which is here we go. This is what I was looking for. Oh my goodness, MC's outfit. MC's outfit is a slap. I'm going to be buying this one. I don't care. This is gorgeous. Like, I have always been very, very fascinated with, like, the fashion over there. And I really love the concept of kimonos. I wish I could wear one, but I feel like I'd be disrespecting the culture if I did wear one, to be fair. Maybe if me and Kate ever go to Japan, I'll rent a kimono for the day, because I think that's something you can do. But the color, like, contrast to Zane is just so pretty. Like, it's a little lilac purple, and there's like, oh. And she looks so good. Oh, God. And then, look, among the teeming crowds, it's you who caught my eye. Well, I mean, when they look that good, can't blame them for looking good. I would love to know what this sort of scene is. Like, is this the inside of a shrine? Or, because again, this is completely foreign to me, being being European. We don't really have anything like this in the UK. We have, like, churches and stuff. But the only ever church I've gone into was, like, when I was in primary school. So I would have been, like, between the ages of 8 till 10. And I genuinely do not remember much, except there was a lot of stained glass windows. So, if you guys can give me some education here in the comments, I really would appreciate just reading through that, because, you know, this is one of the beauties of this game. I want to learn, you know? Oh dear, the fish is here. Okay, so after my confusion of whether I'm a snow crow or what, I know you girls say it's okay to be a fan of all of them. My wallet won't physically allow it, so let's see what Raphael's
Wearing
got
a
to say.
mask and skulking about.
Okay, first off, I want to talk about MC's mask here. We're not really getting a good view here. But I do want to talk about the kimono design. It's very artistic. Like, there's a lot of detail in the skirt and the top here. This kind of gives me indication this is something that Raphael would design for MC. And I'm loving, like, the references to the waves on the bottom. Like, his seems a little bit more simplistic compared to the others.
You were
Like, look at the well, taking out the details on the belt, obviously. But when I say simple, I mean as in there's more detail in the embroidery, but it's bigger pieces rather than more smaller, intricate details, if that makes any
afraid
sense.
of that. Yet here you
Yeah, I'm still not healthy after Raphael's myth, to be honest, and this is not helping my case. But one glance we share and all the rest fall out of sight. So again, immediately this is coming back to the I notice you, I want more sort of situation. And I've never had this sort of experience where I've taken one look at somebody and the rest of the world's kind of faded around me. I'm too paranoid and anxious for that shit. But I do appreciate how soft and romantic, I suppose, this is. Oh, that was a very good time to pause. The depth in the eyes. Why is Raphael's bottom lashes better than mine? I hate it. But the intricacy on the headpiece, I wish we could get a better look at this on both sides. But I just love how intense Raphael's eyes look here. There's a reason he's the face of Love and Deepspace, and he's obviously our drama queen, because it's been 800 years and jellyfishes are walking naked. But I love this. I just genuinely love this entire concept for this banner. Like, here's a good point to pause. Look at the colours and the depth of the embroidery on this outfit here. Like, this is giving me very oceany vibes. This kind of reminds me of the wisteria from the spring banner as well, with the purples and then the fish with the red and the whites and the blues, obviously symbolizing ocean. They have done such a good job. I genuinely would love to understand or get an insight into how Info designs these outfits for the love interests. Because I am aware that they're probably going to separate the hairstyles and the outfits again. And I'm going to be blunt, I will not be surprised if there's some girlies who go, oh, we're going to boycott again. But I do genuinely think that these outfits are just so good. I'm trying to get a good stop at the mask and it's not letting me. Okay, well, I think we come back to that anyway. Now I see this scene. Well, I know who's coming up. But this is giving me leeway vibes from Genshin Impact. Like during Lantern Ripe. I love the vibes.
On a beautiful night like this.
My husband. Okay. So, no words are spoken, yet our eyes confess the truth. Well, do you remember when we met him in the M109 zone? Silas grabs our chin, makes us look at him and goes, look at me. And barely any words were spoken in that situation. Our eyes confessed the truth. That was when we saw the first snippet of the dragon myth. Obviously, we didn't know this back then, because the dragon myth was not out when we got that lore. But yet our eyes confess the truth, like our ether cores are connecting to each other, maybe? Oh my goodness, he looks so handsome. Okay, I'm trying to get a good picture of Silas here because we're drinking together. Right, okay. Give me a good. Oh god, yep. Okay, we need to talk about this. We got yeeted again. Honestly, the Silas girlies are gonna have to start looking at personal claim and personal accident insurance because this is ridiculous. But there you go. My heartbeat races for you. Love breaking through. Yeah, I fucking know I love him. Stop reminding me. But this is actually a pretty good scene to talk about MC's outfit. If I was to wear a kimono, this is the sort of vibe I'd go for. I'd go for like a dark and soft pink, you know, something to balance out the hair maybe. And I absolutely am adoring it. I love the little like extra bits of fabric going down. I don't know again if that's like a traditional thing in Chinese culture. But I love the fact that Silas is basically fishing for us right now. I'm just half imagining a little Paimon in the corner there. But he literally yeets us and then he's holding us like, perfect, my man. I could be talking about him for ages. So we're going to wait until I get a better view. So, next part is fleeting faults give rise to spring's banquet. The rest of one's cherished days are devoted to you. That is a very cutesy message. Very suggestive. Okay, hold on. I did not actually see that properly. He does pick us up like a princess.
The perfect spot.
Oh. Silas must carry his wife after he eats. There you go. This is where I wanted to get. Look at the detail on the kimono here for MC. She's got these cute little like flower decals in the hair. She seems to have some sort of pearl earring. I don't know if pearls mean anything in Chinese culture, so please again educate me. And the soft pink details on the sleeves, and then the yellow and the red here. Just honestly, Infold need a pay raise for the designs, because I can't imagine how long it took them just to make the designs. Yet, let alone probably do motion capture to be able to do the Kindles, and then animating it, and then making sure that the clothes are not going through each other and shit like that, because renders are not fun. And also, I like how Silas is like looking off into the distance here.
To release it. Are you
Oh, look at him. Okay, very, very good. Across the boundless world,
afraid of heights?
no soul can ever compare. Okay, we didn't really get a good look at Silas's outfit, so I'll come back to that later on, because I know he does do it again. Oh, we're back to Caleb. Okay. Right. I am starting to run out of things to say now, because I am babbling. Like, I am 30 minutes into this, and we've not even gotten through half of the goddamn fucking trailer. This is not good. But, again, we're coming back to Caleb.
Its defiant spirit resembles yours.
No matter how vast the time and space, it's only you who makes me care. Oh, but look at the detail on Xavier's sword here. Like, you got the flowers. You got, like, the little gem there. I feel like I recognize that from somewhere, but it's not coming to me right now. Oh, my goodness.
Situation when using techniques.
Oh, we nuzzled his face again. Yes! I find no reason not to reveal the secret of my heart laid bare. So this seems like MC is going to be doing the confessing in this one, which, I'm going to get blushy and all mushy again, and these cards aren't I? Right. So, this is one thing I noticed.
Call me Raphael instead of your highness.
Why do you call me Raphael instead of your highness? That to me is suggesting that in this AU, maybe Raphael is like a prince again, and he's like some sort of loyalty, because I mean he is the god of the sea. But I want to talk about this scene here. Okay? I've got a few things to say. Okay, so first off, let's look at MC. One thing I have noticed, and I am really liking with this particular banner, is every single outfit she has a different hairstyle. Now, I think she had the same in the summer banner, where, you know, I think with Caleb she had her hair down, and then Silas she had it tied up, I think. Could be wrong. But, oh my goodness, the hairstyle for MC here looks absolutely adorable. She's got these really soft, like, flowers in her hair. And then these earrings, if anyone is happy to recreate these earrings and send them to me, I would probably pay you, to be fair, because like the white and the pink and the green and the blue really contrasts well with the outfit she's wearing here, and I'm in love. I'm gonna be honest.
Your highness.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. A better visual of the mask. Now, are you noticing? I don't know which animal this looks like, but this little bit in the middle here makes me suggest this looks like an animal of some kind. This kind of is giving me rabbit indications. Now, if I'm going to very quickly check, I'm going to check what year is it this year for Chinese. Because is it rabbit? Oh, it's the year of the fire horse this year, and that starts on February 17th. Right, okay, that makes sense. So, I'm not sure where this is kind of coming from. I'm not too sure kind of behind the design here, because I would have looked at that and I thought maybe like a rabbit of some kind, because I have a kitsune mask on my arm, right? And that's one of the reasons I got excited when I saw it. But I do again love the details on the color here. Very on point for Raphael, shall I say. It'll be very interesting to see, watch them play the card and figure out why is she wearing a mask. It seemed like she was sneaking around a little bit. Maybe she's trying to get a little sneaky after hours. Oh, yes. Now this part. Again, Raphael, I need to know what shampoo and conditioner you're using. But again, you got the turquoise blending into the yellow, and then you got the purples. Very, very contrasting.
You've made the decision to find me.
Oh, that's a very good thing to pause on. At the moment, my heart stirs. A breeze begins to rise.
You're already here. It's too late to change your mind.
Oh. Okay, Xavier just being fucking classy. My world ripples within your eyes.
Changing your sword's direction makes you unpredictable.
God, what a cocky show-off. The world has countless wondrous sights, yet without you here...
Don't give me that look. I won't break a promise that's yet to be fulfilled.
all its beauty loses light and all the meaning will disappear. This kind of sounds a bit like a love poem. I'm going to be honest. Now, I'm going to quickly go back here a little bit. Because obviously you got Raphael being classy and then he's running away with us. Or floating from the looks of it. And earlier in the trailer, Xavier mentioned a tournament. So maybe this is a kindled where they are practicing. Maybe. Because this bit here kind of reminds me back to Grassland Romance, where MC jumps into Silas's arms and he kind of spins her round. Now, it's not quite the same concept here, but he did grab her by the waist and he's kind of spinning her around. And MC has got her sword out too, almost like they're going in a circle, which could mean some sort of unity, maybe? I don't know. I'm just making guesses at this point, but it is very, very cute. Very, very graceful. Which, if I were to talk, you know, love and Deepspace in general, I think graceful would be one of the words I use for Xavier, at least with his fighting. Because, you know, he's Lumiere and everything else. So, very on brand.
Makes you unpredictable.
And then he just stands on the sword. Like an absolute prick. Again, also loving MC's hair here. Oh, here we go. Right. Now, Zane. This man is literally making me fucking float. I thought he didn't have the gravity evil. But, again, I suppose that is on brand with the Rexia genre. Again, I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Oh, I'm running out of things to say. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm not good at analysing things I don't know. But, again, he is spinning me round so I can catch the kite. Maybe we lose grip of it and we have to go catch it during the kindled. I don't know. But I like how Zane is kind of holding us just above our butt. And he is lifting us into the air.
That's yet to be fulfilled.
Oh. Oh, yes! This is what I was waiting for. Okay, we're with Silas. Okay, first off, he's got a Jade's ring on. Now, I don't actually know what the meaning is behind Jade in Chinese culture, so I'm going to very quickly Google this, because I am curious. Ring. Will say, I am genuinely tempted to get one for myself, because that is beautiful. So, Chinese jade rings, deeply rooted in culture, are cherished for symbolizing luck, prosperity, longevity, and protection. Okay, that's interesting. Typically crafted from green jadeite or nephrite, they range from traditional solid carved bands and thumb rings to modern sterling silver or gold-mounted designs. These rings often feature symbolic, high-quality, and unique varied textures. So the main things to kind of take from it is that they're worn to bring good fortune, harmony, and to avert evil. and I absolutely love it. I'm not gonna lie, I am genuinely tempted to see into about getting one for myself, because I think I could use some good luck right now. But I do love it. I absolutely love it. He's
Lapping wine.
Kitten lapping wine. Oh god, that is not a good thing to pause on, Silas. So I'm gonna just go back a little bit. There you go. He's a bit softer on the gaze there. But oh my god, I need to see a better image of the outfit. If we don't get it in the trailer, we can just go to when they're showing off the outfits. Is fine. The world holds colors rich and rare, yet without you near.
Princess.
And he calls me princess. So earlier in the trailer, when he called me princess, I'm gonna go back so we know who I'm talking about. Oh, perfect, fantastic. The little story time real quick. My grandmother used to call me princess when I was growing up. She doesn't call me it as much anymore, but when Silas said princess, it immediately gave me that sense of warmth, because that's what my nan used to call me when I was little, because I used to get bullied for my name a lot, and I still do to a degree, because no one fucking spells it correctly. And because it's spelled in a bit of an untraditional way. And when it comes to, you know, I think that's one of the reasons Silas kind of rings out more to me than the other love interest, because he's not a character for the light-hearted. He is a character for the people who like the morally grey people, I think. Like, you tend to fall for the villains, and you see behind the evil persona could be just a broken person or someone who's gone through a lot of trauma. And I just adore Silas in every way, shape and form. There's not genuinely a single thing I don't like about him, generally. So outside of the fact that I wish we had more story time with him in the main story, but I'm sure it's coming. But what I do love here is, like, when he says a kitten lapping wine, again referencing back to our kitten.
Change how you would have me. Princess.
He says princess. Now that could be a new nickname for us, even though he called us kitten, so I'm not sure. Or maybe in his card we're the princess of the kingdom or something. Oh, back to Caleb now.
The girl remains by.
Oh, first off, he's doing fucking water walking, because this guy is bloody Jesus, apparently. Well, he survived an explosion, so at this point I don't bloody know. But all its brilliance fades to air, and all the hues will disappear.
She's holding on so tight that he can barely move.
This prick is literally water walking.
It's a pleasant surprise.
Oh my god, I missed a text. Ah! This guy is literally walking on water. I got distracted.
Holding on so tight that he can barely move.
With you, I wander far and wide,
You want it?
from morning light to each day's evening sky. Sorry, I was just seeing Caleb gaze and I got really soft then.
Open your mouth.
Ah!
So when I have to leave again,
Oh my god. This text is going so fast now with him.
behave and open your mouth.
And I totally didn't do that just to hear him telling me to say behave again. Each day we share is the best in life. You are the cause of love, and its effect is profound.
You'll be placed in my basket. Then
Again,
I'll carry you with me.
he is referencing back to being tied up. Now, I mean, obviously, naturally, my brain more goes to the NSFW version of tying up, because, you know, you guys know what I'm like by now. But when I said I was going to do an analysis, I was just going to make observations from what I see. Now, again, as somebody who's not educated on the culture, I am probably missing about 5,000 references here. So this is where I'm going to open the debate to you guys. I want you guys to tell me what I'm missing, because I think if I can get knowledge out of this game, even one day if the game ever stops being serviced or whatever, I'm never going to regret what I've done with Love and Deepspace. I mean, Love and Deepspace has changed my life, generally. But if I can go out of the game, and if people go, oh, do you ever regret playing that game? I can be like, no, because I was exposed to so many new cultures. I met some very amazing people through the game. And, you know, I get to see more. And now Raphael is wearing the mask, which is interesting. Did I miss? No, I did not miss text. There you
A
go.
fish of longing swims.
Oh, this is cute. With you, I exchange letters on ordinary days. With you, I play the strings to let our hearts convey. Hoping to become a clear stream.
Your shores.
And with you, I travel the world in every way. This is very, very like love poem sort of vibes now for me. Oh, Zane being classy. With you, I vow to spend this life together, come what may.
This is quite reassuring.
Right, this one I can talk about. I know a little bit about this one. That is the red string of fate. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe it's your one of your fingers is tied by a red ribbon or like a red piece of thread, and then it connects to your quote unquote soulmate. And it's supposed to like be a very long thread until you two kind of combine. I could be wrong. I may have completely misremembered that, but I do remember seeing something about the red string of fate. And this is... Oh, he's nuzzled again. Okay. With you, I fly the kite in springtime light. With you, I hold your hand. Fate binding us tight. We've gone fuck the kite. We just want cuddles now. With you, I turn our story into verses bright. Oh, Xavier looks so cute here. Oh.
Indeed.
Even gods envy the love within our
Feelings
sight.
are the same. We'll see those
Travel the world with swords in our hands. Through mountains high and rivers wide, we roam the lands.
mountains, rivers, and deserts together.
Okay, right. Then calm down. Beneath the moonlight, our robes are dyed in the same
I
hue.
assume that occurred then.
Together, we watch the
Night
lanterns
sky.
light the night anew. I need to know what shampoo and conditioner Silas uses, and it's not a joke at the moment anymore. It's a need. The heavens witness that we'll never part.
And one of them will certainly catch your eye.
Yet even a lifetime with you feels far too short. Maybe because we share souls. Oh. Through every life, we vow to never be apart. That's a lot to take in. Oh.
If there's nothing else, you should head back.
Zane, stop trying to push me away, for fuck's sake.
I'm in your heart, too.
Okay, Raphael fucking exposing me. Stop reminding me that you're very quickly becoming one of my favorites. Shut up.
When you lie to me. Come. Let's
Bark.
go.
How ruthless.
I wouldn't be able to give this gift.
I love the little cat that's just doodled on the lantern. I love it. Okay, here we go. Now we can see the outfits properly. The level of detail is insane! I really hope that pose is available when you're doing the pulls. I didn't think Raphael was going to suit the cream. Oh, but the black and the white. Oh, the black and the white slays, though. I am not R1ing Raphael because he's not my main, but oh my god, do I have the temptation. Caleb! Oh. What's that accessory on his hip? This thingy here. I've seen it in Withering Ways, but I don't think it's the same thing. And I've also noticed he's got some jade on him as well down there, which is really cute. I love MC's outfit with the green. And again, the black and the red. Honestly, Info, they're just like, okay, how are we going to get them to R1? And the dev just looks at him and goes, black and red. Sold. Xavier. I swear if this is black and red again, I swear to God. Because I didn't really pay attention to this at the beginning because I was overwhelmed, but oh, why do all the boys look so good in black? Now, can we talk about Silas a second? First off, I love him. We know this. Okay, I'm gonna be blunt when I say this. Silas's outfit is actually not my favorite in this one, to be honest. If I had to pick my favorite, it probably would be either Xavier or Zane's when it comes to outfit. Obviously, I'm still gonna get Silas's outfit anyway because you girls know me. I gotta own every outfit I can for him. But I find it interesting that he is like, obviously, how do I explain this in a way that's going to make sense? Oh, I love that outfit on him. I've noticed something with Silas, okay? So, over the last couple of wishes, every time we get a new outfit for him, he's been slowly on the outside of the odd occasion. His outfits have been getting lighter. So, I'm going to be honest, it's nice that we're getting a few darker themed outfits for him, because he does slay in a darker outfit theme, and obviously that's my kind of vibe. Obviously, today I'm not going darker vibe, because I was like, you know what, I want to change something that's not black for a change. But that's the end of the trailer. Oh my god, I've been yapping for nearly an hour. Right, so my overall thoughts on this banner is I'm definitely polling for Silas. I've made the decision that I'm going to put Silas, Caleb, and Zane in the roster. If Zane comes home before Silas, then we're going to have some fucking problems. I will buy an Astra toaster and put it up on the shelf. I will fucking do it if he does it. So I'm making that bet here, today and now. And Astra toasters are like £50+ in the UK, so that better not fucking happen. But overall, I am loving the look of the theme. I cannot wait to get into the cards and play them and really get a grasp of what's going on. And again, I open the conversation back out to you guys now. So, have I missed any observations? Which I probably have. If I have missed anything when it comes to culture or any references, please tell me, because I do read the comments. And I think getting that kind of knowledge before these cards become available will be really beneficial, because I do feel like it could be a really good experience for me as well. And I think I'll appreciate the cards more if I understand the culture behind it. So, let me know. We will be streaming these cards. Now, I am going to start streaming them on the day of release, because I do try to get my reaction out to YouTube as soon as possible. But I'm not going to pressure any of you to be there, because I appreciate you guys probably want to have time to pull the cards for yourself and play them yourself. But I do want to just let anyone know that if, say, for example, you go, oh, I really want to get Silas, but I'm saving for Caleb Myth or whatever, you are more than welcome to join me on Twitch. The link is in the description. And I will be playing through the cards. I'm not going to be reading chat during the recordings. That way I can fully focus on the card itself. And alerts will be still visible, but they're going to be muted. So I won't get a sound notification, but it will still come up on stream when I'm playing it. So that way if you do, you know, say for example, follow or anything during the stream, it will be shown on the end video on YouTube. But I just want to thank everyone for the love and support recently. I've really been pushing myself when it comes to content. I've really been enjoying Arc Nights and other games like that recently as well. So seeing that you guys are enjoying other content that I'm doing has been really fun to see. And honestly, it warms my heart. So thank you guys so much. And give me some feedback on this video. How can I improve with my ramblings? Or do we like the rambling style? Or do you want me to go back and, you know, properly analyze it myself and then do more of a scripted sort of video? Because I tend to not really prepare for my videos. I just jump straight in normally. It's part of my personality. But if we do want a more structured video, let me know. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to let you get on with the rest of your evening. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and start working on Baldur's Gate 3 again. So, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.